Yo, what's up, folks, and welcome back to another episode of the Bate Escape, a special edition of the Bate Escape that I like to call Shits and Giggles. And today I am joined by Andrew Gurza, an award-winning disability awareness consultant. Andrew uses they, he pronouns and identifies proudly as disabled. Their work has been featured on BBC, CBC, Daily Xtra, Gay Times UK, Huffington Post, The Advocate, Everyday Feminism, Mashable, Out.com, and several anthologies. He was a subject of an award-winning National Film Board of Canada documentary called Picture This. Andrew has guested on a number of podcasts, including Dan Savage's Savage Love and Cameron Esposito's Queery. He has spoken all over the world on sex, disability, and what it means to be a queer cripple. I hope you enjoy the episode. Thanks for listening.
Cool.
Got it. Imagine if I just left meeting.
I mean, if that's your vibe, then cool.
No, it's not my vibe. Are you kidding me? Do you know how long it's taking me to get you to this point?
It's a good few months. I know. Sorry.
I'm not backing out of it now.
No, don't back out, daddy. Just going deeper. What? Never said
Wow.
that.
Wow, you're a little frisky today.
No, it's been a while. I haven't had sex in what? 5 months? Yeah.
I feel like I haven't had sex in, like penetrative sex in like a couple of weeks. I go into these like waves of just like, I want to fuck everything. And then it's just like, I want to fuck nothing. Like, not even myself. Like, I wouldn't even masturbate. I'll just be like, I'm just gonna watch some YouTube and call it a day. Yeah. Or like read a book or something. It's like horrible. I don't know. How's your week been so far?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. I'm working on the book I'm doing. I'm taking a break from my podcast so I can just I don't have to worry about that for a while, which is nice.
I was researching you last night because I wanted to prep for this shit. And bitch, you're like established.
I don't understand why people don't know this. I work my ass off daily to get where I am. Yeah, I know.
You're amazing. Wow. Okay, cool. That's the self-confidence. Fuck.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I was looking at your website, and then I didn't realize that you like guest star or like were guest on like a couple of different podcasts or people that I really enjoy.
Yeah, I like guesting. Guesting is way more fun than actually doing one.
Why? Because of all the edits and stuff?
I don't have to do anything. I just get to just be like, cool, hi, hello, how are you?
You don't have to put the whole show together?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think people understand the process that it takes, like the time it takes like to edit all this stuff together.
Okay, so what do we have to do? What are we doing? Are you gonna intro me or are we just gonna go right in?
This is it, man. I do the intro separately.
Smart. I was on a podcast this morning where they didn't do that, and I was like, "Do you guys know how podcasting works?"
Wait, what didn't they do?
They did the intro in front of me right there, and I was like, "Why are you doing it that way?"
Oh yeah, that's really awkward, and it's probably really long too. Well, the plan was to read your bio on your website, but it's massive. Like, you're really accomplished. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna rethink this because I feel like that's really awkward. But I'm gonna pull it up because people need to understand that use a hoe when you get around.
I mean, not around anymore, but I used to back in the day. Yeah.
You know what I mean. Main website. By the BTW. By the way.
Yeah.
This is a great shot. I love that picture.
Thank you.
Who took that image?
Some photographer in Toronto.
This is nice too. I like the color, the contrast of the pink and the green.
Charged me like $3,000 for good shots.
I was gonna read. It was like all of this. Like, there's you can't really see it in the thing, but there's like so much information here.
Yeah, no.
But some of the things that you've done have been really great. Like, you've been featured on the BBC, the Huffington Post, Out.com. I was gonna watch your the national film documentary Picture This.
It's basically me being like, I'm gay and I have sex. Hey, what up?
I mean,
that's literally what it is.
Yeah. But isn't that like,
tell you that right here?
I know, but it's probably more involved than that.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
that's the synopsis. I'm gay and I have sex, and I want you to know that I have sex and have sex with me. Yeah, that's basically what it
Okay,
is.
so then I shouldn't watch it.
I mean, you should still watch it. It's great, but like the
All right, I'm gonna watch it for sure. Um, how do we meet? I know exactly how we met. You put up
I
an
will.
S. No, you put up an essay, or I feel like it was like a tweet, and wasn't it a tweet?
It's possible. I tweet way too much. That's also very possible. I don't know.
But I feel like there was a link, and then I think it was, I'm not sure what it was. It was an essay. You were going to school at the time. It might have been like a thesis. A
When
thesis.
oh yeah, my thesis. How did you get a hold of that? Weird.
I don't
From
know. Like
eh,
it was, I forgot how I found it, but you were like, oh, like this is a part of my thesis, or this is something that I've written about. And then I hit you up and I was like, I would like to read it. Oh, that's what it
oh
was. You sent it
yeah,
on you sent it on X, and you were like, bitches, read my shit. This is really fucking important. And I was like, I want to read it. And then I
that's
read
fair.
it, and then I highlighted all these things that I found really important. And I sent it back to you, and I was like, yo, I love your shit.
Well, that's nice. I forgot that's how we met. That's cool because I wrote that. Fuck, 12 years ago now. And when I mean, I finished my master's 10 years ago, but I wrote that. Yeah, I started writing that like 11, 12 years ago.
Yeah, that's like good work. I thought it was a really great essay
It was
thesis.
good. I mean, it kind of got me into what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
It kind of started the consultancy and what I did. Well, not really. I started the consultancy, but knowing how to do all that, knowing how to write a paper, knowing how to write like an academic piece, kind of, and
Hmm.
knowing how to like, I'm watching my profs for years and years in school. I did a master's and a BA in law. And so watching my profs like walk around the room and know how to command a room and know how to like do a slideshow and know how to, and watching them do all that really, that's the stuff that pushed me into what I'm doing now. Not so much what I was studying, but
Mm.
learning how profs do it and learning how to like do it appropriately. That's kind of what I do.
Yeah, I think you did it really well.
Thank you.
I would like to do similar things that you're doing, but like in a masturbation like capacity. Essentially,
It,
we're doing the same thing. We're like, we're educating others.
it's
We're
tough because
advocates.
like sex and disability is hard. I can't tell you how many times, or just sexuality is hard. I can't tell you how many times I've been asked to speak and they'll go, "Cool, we love your stuff. Can you tone down the sex?" And I'm like, "But you know who I am? Do you realize what I do? Like why are you hiring me then if you don't want me to say what you want me to say? Like what?"
Yeah, I
So
feel.
I find that part really hard
Yeah, I
because
feel like you are like the sexuality queer cripple advocate.
I mean, it's how I got known, and it's what I do now. But I mean, there's so many like I also like talking about healthcare and disability and
Yeah,
like
that's important.
different other facets. Because after a while, sex gets annoying. Like it gets really hard to say the same thing over and over and over and over again.
I kind of feel I'm at that point now. Like I feel like I watch all this porn, I speak to people in the industry, and I'm just like, okay, great. Like maybe that's just me. I find myself just kind of like gravitating to different things. I get really bored of things easily. I mean, it's still essentially part of who I am, but
Of
it's not
course, like I
everything.
like it. Like, listen, I like a big dick, and I'm all about it. But like at the same time, I'm like, can you have something to say outside of like, suck my dick, bro? Like, can you talk to me about your life? What do you like to do? What's your favorite like color? Like, what? It's really hard to go on those apps and see like the same content over and over and over and over again.
I know. I feel like in a lot of ways, Grinder ruined like the gay dating app scene.
Well, it's
Um,
like, dude, I've seen your hole, I get it. But if I scroll down 5 seconds on X, I can see in someone else's hole in the exact same pose, doing the exact same thing with the exact same caption, and it's like, do you have? And it's so funny because then, like, and I understand there's different facets to people. I understand it's a job, but then people will say to me like, "Oh, it's only one small part of me," and I'm like, "Cool, show me the other parts," because all I ever see from you is like, "Here's my dick, bro," and it's like, okay, well, let's like again, all for that, love some dick, but like, I've reached this point in my kind of queerness where that doesn't do it for me anymore. Like the one
yeah,
time 2 a.m. never gonna see you again hookup. I don't care for that anymore. I don't want that. That's boring to me. If we're gonna do it, I want you to stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the same boat too. I feel like that now. We'll talk about it because I have a session in this on this
Oh, I'm
podcast
ready.
for that. So okay, cool. So this is a Bate Escape podcast. Obviously, it's dedicated to masturbation and all things sex and stuff. But I want to introduce a new like kind of theme. And so I want to brand this theme Shits and Giggles. And so I kind of split into like three different things or themes that we could talk about.
Cool.
And I didn't want to share with you because I wanted to get your authentic feedback.
Okay, awesome.
So the first thing we're gonna do is called Goon or Go.
Yep. Okay.
So essentially, I'm gonna say some things. I'm gonna like people, places, things, and you're gonna let me know whether you goon for it or it's gotta go.
Just goon mean I like it, and go means like
Yeah,
go. Yeah,
yeah.
obviously. That's like you checking what we're doing. All right, good, good.
So gooning is good. You goon for it, and then if it's bad, it's gotta go. And then feel free to like put in your 2 cents on all these things. Okay, ready?
Okay. Yep.
One, Dan Savage.
Um, goon for it.
Yeah. Okay.
He said some stuff that I don't agree with, but he's a good dude. Generally, I've talked with him on my show. He's a nice guy. He really, every time there's a disability question on his show, he'll call me and say, "Can you weigh in here? I'd love your help with this." Like he's a good. He has said some stuff that I don't agree with, but he's open to learning and open to like listening, and I think he's a good dude. So goon for it.
Yeah, I good for him too. I feel like I used to listen to him more back in the day. I don't remember exactly when I discovered Dan Savage. But he was like he was kind of similar along the lines if you've been around for a while. Do you remember Love Lines back in the day?
I mean, I know what they are, but I'd never use them.
Well, so there was a show on Los Angeles radio station called K Rock, and it was in the early 90s. It was called Love Line. And it was like with Dr. Drew Pinsky and then some
Oh
other
yeah,
guy
yeah,
named
okay,
Adam
okay.
Carolla. And so basically people would call, it was like late at night, people would call in and stuff. It kind of reminded me of that similar vibe. And so I discovered him a little bit after the 90s and stuff.
Yeah, but
And
he's a
he
bit gayer than that. And
yeah,
I
he's
like
really good.
like
Because
he's
I met him, I was introduced to him when he was like a really skinny kind of sort of twink. And then he got into like a big old muscle daddy.
yeah, I know he's a daddy and I'm all about it. We just he's listen, he's a
Yeah.
good and he's when I had him on my show, I had him on an episode of my show probably about 3 years ago now, and I asked him how his life would change if he became disabled. And he was
Mhm.
like, "Can I say it would suck?" And we kind of had a conversation around that. And he was really
Mm.
like open to just telling the truth, and I liked it about him. And he's always been really receptive to my work. So yeah, but it's like with it, in the same token, like I've said stuff that people surely don't agree with. So like he he's trying, and I think that's important.
All right. Goon. So good for
Goon.
Dan Savage. Okay, number two, gay bars.
Ugh, gotta go. Because because they're never accessible. They never have access for someone like me. Most of the gay bars in most of the parts of the US are not accessible. They don't
Mhm.
think about accessibility. They don't consider accessibility an issue. And even if I can get in the bar, no one fucking talks to me because they're not used to seeing a disabled person in the bar. So like if you're gonna be a fucking asshole to me anyway, why am I gonna spend $5 on cover for you to be a prick?
True.
Like, just
That's
gotta go. I can get that
gay
on
bars gotta
Grinder.
go.
I can get that on Grinder and block you, man. I don't need.
No, that's true. I really wish I feel like it's true. I don't think that gay bars or bars in general are not very accessible
I mean,
to
they're
people with
just not.
disabilities.
No, they're just not. But especially
But
gay
especially gay,
bars who
yeah.
consistently say like, "It's for everybody." Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, if it's for everybody, why am I never there? Why can I never get in? Why do I always have problems?
Wait, so when you go to gay bars, do they not let you in?
No, they let me in, but they'd be like, "Oh yeah, we don't have accessibility."
Oh, but
Right.
are they helpful and accommodating? Like at that point in time, do they ever be like, okay, well, shit, like we're not
Well,
really
no, I
really
had what
accessible. Can I kind of work this out with you?
There was one bar in Toronto which had
Yeah.
a was having a Halloween party a couple years ago, and I
Mhm.
called them and said I want to come to your bar and showcase accessibility, and the guy goes, yeah, your wheelchair is probably too big. Can you just like get another wheelchair?" And I was like, "No, can you get other
Yeah.
legs?" Like, no. So
Wow.
Like I don't find the community very accommodating. And I think like, and it's funny, I said it on a show that I recorded this morning. We have fundraisers for HIV, we have fundraisers for drag brunch, we have fundraisers for all this shit. You know, we don't have fundraisers for a fucking ramp in the club. And my question is why? Why?
Yeah. No, you're totally right.
Because all those fucking club queens that want to get their dick sucked on the dance floor are they're going to be disabled one day, and they're still going to want to get their dick sucked on the dance floor. So why are we doing anything about it? Like, why are we doing anything about it?
Go off, bitch. I'm gonna love it. Okay, gay bars gotta go.
Got it. Yeah, gotta go. Hands
All
down.
right.
No question.
Number four, Canada.
Obviously, I'm gooning for it. I'm in Canada. Oh, I'm in Canada right now. I'm in downtown Toronto. If you look outside my window and you go to the left a little bit, you can see the CN Tower.
That's cool. I'm gonna still visit you in Canada. Like I'm gonna fucking buy a ticket like tomorrow.
I mean, well, if you visit me in Canada, we're not leaving my bedroom, but that's fine. You can look. It's fine.
Heyo.
Fine. Yeah, obviously, I mean, Canada's great. We have our issues. We have our own issues with racism. We have our own issues with fucking shitty healthcare too. Because it's free here, but it's not really free because you don't pay, but you wait 18 hours to see a doctor. So what, like, you can't get
18
that
hours to see a doctor? Jesus Christ.
Sometimes, yeah, if you're in the ER and they're busy, you're stuck all
Oh,
night.
yeah. I feel like in general, like fucking healthcare just sucks. Like I should have been a fucking doctor. I just feel like we need more doctors, like more
You wait,
nurses, more doctors, like more
did you study like
everything. It's like,
medicine, or what did you study? What's your
no, I went to school for art and photography.
Of course you did. Oh God, you're so gay. God. What you're
Fucking
saying is your next venture on the socials will be like, hey guys, I do gay photography now. Come, I'll shoot you while you do the typical gay pose in
I
LA.
I did that for a while. I did that when I was like in
Yeah.
New York.
So
I
you
would
had a
like
bunch of
shoot all
guys,
these like cute boys.
you had a bunch of guys doing this,
Yeah, just like
doing
that. That's a
that
perfect
face.
pose.
For
All right,
like
when I go to Toronto, Canada, I'm gonna fucking take a picture of you like that. I'm
just
gonna
like, yeah,
yeah.
I've done it. I have photos of me already doing gay. I know what they are. I've got it. I got it. I got it. I got it.
All right, so we goon for Canada.
Yeah.
All right. Money. I
I
goon for
goon
money
for it
hard.
because I need
I
it.
goon
I
so
need it.
hard.
I gotta feed myself. And sadly, money makes the world go round. Unfortunately, it really does. So, but I do think that universal basic income should be a thing. I think that people who can't
Mhm.
work deserve income. What the pandemic showed us is that we need $2,000 a month to survive. So
Yeah.
why aren't people getting that?
Yeah. Do you ever just sit around and think, God, I wish I had like Chris Chris Jenner money? Like what would your life be if you
I wish I
had
had Caitlyn Jenner
Kylie
money.
I
I
wish I had
wish I had.
Kylie Jenner money.
I wish I had Caitlyn Jenner money. Like,
What? Wait, what's the difference between Caitlyn and all the other ones?
well, Caitlyn capitalized off her transness for a while there, and
Yeah.
then because she's trans, she said a bunch of like horribly hateful things and made more money. I'm not saying that I would say hateful things. I'm saying it must be nice to be a bigot and say a bunch of horrible things and get paid for it.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that for either one of us. Like, I want us to be like authentically true and real and honest and like, supportive people that like change. Like, we're
But also,
changing.
like, I kind of like being poor because it hasn't gotten to my head, and then like the money doesn't hasn't changed who I am. I'm still.
Yeah, but I feel like if you got the money now, it wouldn't change you because you're already who you are, right? So like these people have grown up with this money, like they've always been around it, and so they
Yeah,
have
that's
time
true.
to like.
Yeah.
So like I feel like if so I woke up tomorrow and I had like $1 billion, it'd still be me. I'd be like, I just have all this money.
Well, then you can come to Toronto and take shots of me making that face again, and then it's fine.
Well, yes. Well, I'll maybe I'll fucking move to Toronto. I don't know.
It's not worth it. The
Um,
gays in this town are trash.
the movie Crip Camp.
I loved it. I talk
Yeah,
about
me
it
too.
almost every podcast that I go on, so I guess I'll just do my spiel. Love
I
it.
good.
I wish that Judy Human wasn't hadn't passed away this year. It was really sad that she died.
Yeah, I was really sad.
Uh, I got to talk to her a couple years ago for my podcast out of the blue. I was so nervous. I wanted to die. She was so kind to me, gave me 45 minutes of time, And she was like, what do you want to talk about? And I was like, you're the boss. I'm just gonna sit here. You tell me whatever you want to say, and I'll say yep. So like that was really cool. The movie was great. I will say that I wish the movie had gone into more of their. One of my favorite parts of the movie is when they are in the camp and they're just talking to each other in a
Mhm.
circle, all disabled people just talking from like the 70s. I loved that. And I wanted a whole extra hour of that movie.
Yeah, no, I thought it was super informative. I remember showcase or like doing like a movie night for my past job, and we like everyone kind of got online and we all watched a Netflix movie together, and it was
Yeah,
so informative. Like it was so cool. Like I realized like growing up you kind of live your life and you don't really understand like why things look a certain way. Yeah, so she was responsible for like the dips in the sidewalks like before
curb
they
cut.
didn't have them. Yeah, on the curves. I didn't realize that.
I mean, her and a whole slew of people like that movie. But and again, I think that movie is so great. I love it. But there was so much more that I wanted to see that was not.
Yeah.
And her activism was incredibly important, of course. But I think for the movie as a whole, I wanted an hour of them at camp in the 70s in their wheelchairs, just talking to me about their life. Like
No, really
that to
cool.
me, but I love that movie. I watch it probably once a year now for someone's podcast for something. But I love it. It's great. So
All right.
I don't want to goon for Judy because it feels weird, but I'm here
You're
for it.
goodies for the movie. No,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
a great. It was a really great movie. Okay, next, dick pics.
Um, I like dick pics, but we were talking before we started the actual show. Like I'm getting older, where I'm like, dude, I want you to be around. Like your dick's nice, but what's attached to your dick? Do you have a nice face? Do you have a nice
Yeah,
smile? Are you like
but like
dick?
if you're like dating someone and they're just casually sending you dick pics, you could, right? You're like, that's nice.
Oh no, if we're dating and yeah, like my sex worker will send me dick pics. I'm like, oh yeah, great, nice cock today, good. Like that's cool.
Very good,
Okay.
very good, very good,
Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
it's working, it's working. That's funny.
So I mean, I'm
Um,
a goon for them.
yeah, I'm good for dick pics too. Tomatoes and grilled cheese sandwiches.
Come on, that's unacceptable. You know why it's unacceptable? Because we talked the other day that you want your
Oh,
no, straight up grilled cheese. Period. The end.
I goon for tomatoes and my grilled cheese. Anybody listening to this will understand how delicious a meaty
No,
slice of tomato
no.
is in a
All
grilled
right,
cheese. You gotta
no.
salt it first, and you gotta put it in there, and it's
All right. When you
delicious.
come to Toronto, before you take the sexy pictures of me, but after you suck my dick, you can make me, you can make me
A,
pick a
a,
tomato full grilled cheese sandwich.
all right, perfect. Because also too, I feel like you haven't had the right combination. Like I feel like it all matters. Like you gotta
That's how
pick
I
the right
feel
tomato.
about gay men and disability. I feel like you just haven't met the right skin to fuck you yet.
But I can imagine like it all matters, right? The type of bread, the type of cheese you use, the kind of tomato. Like what if you
Like,
found the perfect
what
combination?
is the what are those tomatoes that are like beefy and
Like a beefsteak tomato.
that one, exactly that one. Yes, those
Yeah.
yeah, that tomato. Then all right, then all right.
Yeah. See,
Uh,
you know what I'm
all right.
vibing with.
I'm
I
on the
was,
fence.
I'll give you a semi-goon.
All right. Well, I have a semi all the time, so really, I mean that's it's not that's it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, perfect. Next is audiobooks.
I like them, but I notice the more and more I listen to audiobooks, the less and less I pay attention to what I'm listening to.
Oh, why? Because you get distracted by stuff.
Yeah, like I'll start listening and I'll be like, yeah, great. And then 20 minutes later, I'll be like, wait, where are we? Where did the story go? What's happening?
I love them because I feel like I have some kind of ADHD, and so I can't like when I'm reading something like I tend to skim a lot, and then I just don't understand or I don't comprehend
Yeah,
what's being. So when I
it's
listen to it, I just my brain registers it, and I can focus on other things, and it's very
I do
peaceful.
that. I do that with the audiobooks. I get comfortable with their voice and I'm like, oh yeah, their voice is nice. And then all of a sudden I'm listening
Yeah,
to this and I'm not paying attention to what they're saying. And then 20 minutes later, the story's changed. I'm like, what? Wait, where are we? Wait a minute. Wait.
it gets me out of the house too. Like the past couple of days, I've just like gone out in the morning for walks, and it's so nice just to like hear this book in my ear. It's really great.
Nice. You mean you don't listen to porn all the time when you're outside? You don't listen to guys like, uh, uh, uh.
I don't. It's not a thing. Although,
I,
however, I have been in a car with people and we've just like played porn on like my speakers. It was like
oh yeah.
on a long drive to like Palm
Okay.
Springs. Yeah, that's fine.
Is it just a bunch of daddies going, oh, daddy, yeah, daddy, oh?
Yeah, it's basically like guys in the backseat of my car just jerking off watching porn. But I put it on the Bluetooth, so you could just hear it on the entire car. It's
No,
fun.
the whole ride is just
Yeah, the next time you go in the car with me, I'll play some porn for you. And we'll jam
nice.
out.
You could just make one.
Yeah, we should just make a porno. Christmas presents.
Of course.
You
I mean,
goon.
I'm also Jewish too, so all the presents, Hanukkah presents, Christmas presents, all of them.
You greedy little bitch. You just want all that shit, huh?
I'm disabled. I'm disenfranchised. I deserve all the gifts. Give me things.
Give me all the things. So that was Goon and Go. Goon or Go.
That's it was fun. Go
I
and
like that
go.
title. Do you like that title?
You-
Goon? Do you goon or do you go? I don't know. I'm still working on the titles of my
I
things.
go for gooning. Go for gooning.
Go for gooning. Yeah, I like that. I'm trying to make Goon happen. It's gonna
You're not
happen.
you're not the only one. A bunch of like jock pros on the internet are like, goon for me, bro. Go on Twitter for like 5 seconds and it's like your generic fucking OF daddy that needs some dollars is like, I'm gonna goon for you. Here's a photo of my goon. It's like, all right, calm down, calm down. Tell me,
You're not wrong. I'm not gonna argue that. I'm sure
see,
it's real. I believe everything you say.
it's the real you as you should, because I'm always
All right, cool. That was Goon or Go. I feel like we did pretty good on some of the goons.
yeah.
So I'm proud of that. All right, cool. So I want to move on to the next portion in this part of the podcast called Make It Make Sense.
Okay.
And so essentially it's just like shit that I've like seen in pop culture where I'm just like, I don't understand that. Like, why is that even happening? Like, make it make sense to me. And this topic is on Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And so recently, do you know Timberland, the producer?
Of course I heard what's happening. I already know where we're going with this. All right,
So
yeah.
I don't understand, like, what the fuck? Like, you're really gonna get on a national live radio interview and tell someone to put a muzzle on a woman who's experiences traumatic events in her life? Like,
You
I
know
don't
why it's
understand.
problematic too? Because 60 years ago, people of color were also told to wear muzzles
Yeah.
during the civil rights movement. We're told they were animals, and we're told that. So it's really disgusting of him to say such horrible. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, sit down and stuff. And the fact that Missy Elliott had to be like, "Yo, apologize." Like the fact that
Yeah,
he had to call out and be like, "What the fuck are you doing, you idiot?"
he's a dumbass, dude. Like, I was so, like, when I watched it, I was like, dude, are you fucking dumb? Like, you're gonna
Like,
ruin your entire career.
why did you say those words? What,
Like,
like,
what were you thinking?
you weren't thinking, you freaking idiot. So like he's got to go. If we're doing Goon and Go again, let's just go with Go. Hard pass.
Timberland's got to go, and it's really well, like, so it's like sad because it's like, we're dealing with this whole cancel culture thing, and it's like, yes, like we can cancel people that can say really horrible things or just don't know what they're talking about or just like but
Here's what I don't like about cancel culture, and I'll say this right now. I
yeah,
understand why it's there, and I think that in some instances it's warranted. But I also think that by canceling somebody immediately, you don't give them the chance to grow.
I agree
So
100%. I do agree on that for sure.
like
'Cause
I've said dumb shit on the internet for sure, and I've been raked over the coals for it. And like, then you think about it and you reflect and you do the work and you look at where you made a mistake and you say, I'm sorry, let me try again. The internet doesn't allow you to say, I want to try again.
maybe they were like having a bad day, or like maybe they really thought this and they didn't have all the information,
I
or
mean, I
have,
think Timberland has a fuck ton of privilege, and he just thinks because he has millions of dollars in the bank that he can say
you
whatever
could
he
say
wants.
that.
So like,
Yeah.
he deserves to be canceled. What I mean is like the everyday person who makes a mistake on Twitter, the micro activist who's trying to do something and
Mhm.
says something mistakenly or isn't fully knowledgeable about something, like, let them try again. Give them a chance to grow. And I don't think the internet is very good at that, especially not the social justice internet. They're not very good at letting you try again. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either because I feel like I know I said some dumb shit in the past, and like that's like not at all what I would probably say today. Or
No, if you talked
I
to me
got
for like 3 or 4 years ago, I probably said something really stupid, and now I'm like, oh wow, that was dumb. Let me try again.
yeah. But I always I feel like I extend the benefit of the doubt, and I would like that to be extended to me also, to say like, okay, that was just a moment in time. Like I might say some shit on this podcast today that people are just like, you're a fucking dumbass. But like 6 months later, I'm gonna be back and be like, I've completely changed my thought on that. Like I'm a completely different person. Like let me
Yeah,
just do me. I can't I'm a human that's able to evolve and grow into like
like
a
I
new
I
form.
saw a white girl meme on the internet the other day that was like, every day you change into a new person and some bullshit like that. So I was reading that and I was like, they're right. It's a white girl meme for sure. It's like Taylor Swift all the way, but I support it. I support it.
Wait, Taylor Swift, Goon or Go?
Obviously, Goon. What are you even? Of course, I Goon for. What are you even talking about? The
I
girl.
Goon for I
Okay,
Goon for
no.
Swift her. But we talked about this, right? I only listen to Taylor Swift when I want to pretend I'm a rich white woman.
Well, when we fuck, you can. I'll put on Taylor Swift. I'll put on my favorites, and you'll see why she's great. No, but
Okay,
I like
Swifty,
her.
what's your favorite Taylor Swift album?
But, 1989, obviously.
The Taylor version? It better be the Taylor version.
It is the Taylor. Well, I like them both, but I think the Taylor version, she's grown up a little bit.
Yeah, no, she's really grown up. I really enjoyed the Fearless Taylor version. That was really cool.
Did
It's
you
so much
watch?
more robust.
Did you see her concert movie yet?
No, no, yeah. I'm obviously like
Girl, the concert.
50% Swifty.
Listen, the concert movie, first of all, it was $45 for one ticket, so holy fuck. But so the girl could put on she put on a show, I swear to God, for 2 hours and 49 minutes and did not stop from the minute she started to the minute it was over. So even if you don't like her as a musician, she can put on a show and she's 34 years old. And like I can't do that shit. I can't do what she does. Wow.
I never I don't argue that she's a really great musician. Hands down, the girl can write it. She's skilled. She's talented. She's obviously made for music. She's learned it. She can make a really great pop song. I think it was I don't know what it was in the past. Her privilege kind of creeped up a little bit a couple of years ago, and I was like,
I
girl,
mean, yeah, she definitely look. But what I like about her is that she know something she said in the concert. She was like, what'd she say? She said something like, "Oh, I know it's all a story. I'm making it up. I know it's all a story that I'm making." Like I like that she can build this lore around herself, that she knows it's not real, that she knows it's not really who she is, and the whole world fucking believes it. There's something really cool about that because that way her real self is protected from the fucking millions of people that want to tear her down every 5 seconds. And
yeah,
she's
because
like,
I feel like her real self is probably pretty boring. Like we
yeah,
need Taylor Swift. Like Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. Like we need her to do
yeah.
that.
But so no, I goon for her. She's 100% goon for. Yeah, I have to,
Have you
man.
seen her in concert?
I've seen the concert movie, but not in concert. But because there's no way in fuck I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna get tickets to that show. Tickets to that show are like $2,500 a pop right now.
I know
So
it's the same thing with like the Beyonce show. Like I remember when they just like the tickets were on sale fucking last year, like December or like
yeah,
even before that. It was like so expensive. I remember a coworker was like, I can't pay $1,000 for your ticket. I mean, she ended
yeah,
up doing it, and I'm really happy she did because it was like it's a fucking awesome concert. That I'm gonna go to. The
it's a
movie.
great
Are you gonna
concert.
go? Are you gonna go watch the Renaissance movie?
No, I'm not. I was a fan of Beyonce a couple years ago, but I just lost my. I don't. I'm not. I don't know, man. I
Choose
don't
your
know.
words wisely.
Yeah,
The beehive
I
is
mean,
buzzing.
again,
I can
I
hear it.
respect her as a musician, but musically, I haven't been into her since she dropped her first surprise album like 10 years ago, and then after that, I was like,
Oh yeah.
and then Lemonade was good, but then after that, I was like, nah, nothing's really been making me feel.
Feel what?
I don't know. Just I was hoping you'd pick up. Nothing made me feel like.
No one hear what you're gonna say.
I don't know. Nothing's been making me feel like excited by her like recently.
Oh,
Listen, if Rihanna dropped an album out of nowhere, I would be that up
I
like you
love
would not believe.
I love Riri.
Listen, if when she comes back, it's done. I'm gonna play that album back to back to back to back
What if
because,
it's not good?
well, yeah, that's how I feel about Robin. Remember when Robin released her album last year?
Which Robin? Robin. Talking about the Swedish electronic artist,
Yeah,
Robin.
yeah, yeah, yeah. She released her
Yeah.
last. She released her album, her single or some, her album Honey something. It was
Yeah.
so bad. It was so bad. I was like, what? I
You
was
didn't
waiting.
like it?
No, I was so upset. I was like, we
Oh.
waited 8.5 years for this bullshit. Come on.
What are you listening to these days then?
On Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift.
Wow. Is that like on heavy rotation?
Taylor Swift. Yep. Who else? I like indie shit. I like if I said the names of bands, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. So just indie Canadian shit. Um,
So do you like indie pop?
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna turn you on to this artist that I interviewed for my podcast. His name is John Allison Weiss.
Oh, he sounds cute.
They're very cool. They are very cool. They have really cool music scene. I
Oh,
was really
they?
excited for that one. They're amazing.
Wrong pronouns, they.
They no, they he them, I think their pronouns are. Yeah. They're on tour now. I don't think they're going to
Cool.
Canada though.
Well, give them my number. What up?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, Timberlane just I think he's apologized. And
Yeah, but
I
of course,
think
the only
I saw a clip and I think he did it on Instagram Live or something, and then someone in the
yeah,
comments was like, "Do you even know how to treat women?" And he was like,
the only,
"Yes, I do know how to treat women." I was like, "Obviously you don't. You talking about putting muzzles on them. What the fuck?"
he only apologized because he was told he had to, not because he actually wanted to apologize.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I feel like he probably yeah,
Because
he
his
still
publicist was like, apologize now or you're gonna lose so much money. Like, just do
yeah,
it.
because the publicist was scared of losing their job. They're like,
Yeah,
"Bitch, you
not
better fucking save this.
yeah, yeah.
I got a condo to pay for." Um, okay, cool. Make it make sense. I love that. All right, so the last part of the segments here on this show, I want to call it bait, date, or me.
Weird. Okay. I like that.
I'm I'm still working on the titles of these things, but I
How
referenced it to Eat, Pray, Love, so it's bait, date, me. Does that
well
make sense?
who are you eating? Who are you praying over and who are you loving?
Well, no, this is a part where we share a personal love story or a bait story or sex life, and it's opportunity for us to kind of chime in and give each other advice. So
Okay,
can I go first?
of course.
Okay, so I recently got hit up on Scruff, I think. Yeah, Scruff. It's a thing. And so he hit me up on Scruff a couple of days ago and was like, "Hey, um, how's it going?" And kind of started chatting again. And I couldn't really place him. And then he was like, "Yeah, when we first met, you were on Scruffies and you wanted to have sex with me and record it." And I wasn't into that. And I was like, "I don't remember saying that, but okay." Um, and so now he's just like, "But I really would like to get to know you and go on a date with you." And I was like, "Oh, okay, sure." I'm kind of in that phase now where I really want to meet people and literally have a conversation, go somewhere, and try to see each other
Come
as
to Toronto.
humans,
We'll go on a date.
not as humans, but not as dick and ass, which would be fine too. But now I'm in this weird I think we're supposed to meet tonight for a date, a bite thing. He
Is
hasn't
it a
texted me.
date
I'm
or a
kind
bait or a fuck?
No, it's a date. He really wants to go out and eat something, meet me. He's really interested in getting to know me. But now I'm just
Text me a
happy.
picture. Text me a picture after we're done. I need to
I
see what.
will. I will. But now I'm just he hasn't texted me about it, and I don't know if he will, and I'm kind of relieved that he won't because I don't know how to
Dating is
get him out
hard
of that sex space and get in and kind of see him in this neutral platonic way.
for you to see him in a platonic way or for him to see you in a platonic
Well,
way.
yeah, because we met on a sex app. We've seen each other butt ass naked. He's opened his album to me. We
Dude,
know what we're working with,
dude,
but
I've seen you butt ass naked too. So just so we're
yeah,
clear,
that's true. That's true. So I don't know. I just always feel now that people have seen me butt ass naked, I just feel it's the first thing people
I
want
mean,
to
you're
know.
really cute though. I mean, you look really nice naked, and I'm gonna say it. So but I get it. I
Thanks.
understand. We are our community is really hypersexual
You
and
know,
makes dating really hard because nobody wants to date. They want to shove their dick in your ass, and they're like, "Yeah, that was a date," and I was like, "No, that's not a date. No, that's a hookup. Different, 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 different."
I mean, I don't have I don't think it's a community problem. I think it's a Ren problem.
Oh, it's a
I don't
community
know how to
problem.
date. It's very difficult for me to get to know people in like a romantic way. Like platonic, friends, business, work, that's totally easy for me. But like I have a lot of abandonment issues. And so the idea of like getting to know someone and then just having it fizzle and end is very traumatic to me.
Yeah, I'm feeling myself I'm gonna be alone probably the rest of my life, and I don't mean that in like a sad oh way, but like, I'm probably not gonna be with anybody in my life,
Me too.
and so I'm learning to just get my joy where I'm able to, and like get sex when I need to, and it can be hard transitioning from like taking those intimate things and turning them into a chore almost. Like, oh, I gotta like fuck today, or I gotta like, I gotta get my quota of dick today, and not have that tied to like love and romance. But at the same time, it's also really freeing because you don't have like, I don't have to worry about if somebody gives a shit about me. I don't have to worry about like if somebody is gonna be around forever. I don't have to worry if someone in
Yeah.
our community. I don't have to worry if someone's gonna cheat on me and then say they didn't, and then say, "Oh, I thought we were in an open relationship." Blah blah blah. Blah. Like I don't have to worry about any of that crap because all I have to worry about is me.
Yeah, and so a lot of that is just like, is that really who I am, or is that just like a trauma response? So
What?
I recently just came out as solo polyamorous. I
Oh, welcome. Hello. Yes, hello. I
yeah,
mean,
thank you.
I'm not one of you, but welcome to the
Thank you.
whatever
But I
club.
really like it. I really love the idea of like sharing intimate moments with multiple people. Like I don't see myself and I don't monogamy doesn't feel good to me. You know, this idea of like just being with one person and
Well, I've never
essentially
had.
just building a life with that person. I didn't
Yeah.
see it really modeled very well growing up. I didn't see it modeled in my youth, in my teenage, in my young adult years. So like I don't really have like a reference to that. But like
I'll also put it in you. It's
God,
fine.
I wish, what?
I said also put it in you. It's fine. You haven't like passed that age. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Um,
I appreciate that. But yeah, I feel like as I get older too, like the idea of like settling down is just like further and further away from the
well,
shore.
because
Just like
we didn't. Well, at least I didn't when I was growing up. I didn't get to try. I never got to have a teenage love, and
same, same,
I
same,
never had any of that. So sometimes I feel like I'm 24. Sometimes I feel like I'm 17. Sometimes I feel like
same.
I'm 52. Like I feel old and young all at the same time because I've never had those things you're like your first love and your first kiss and your first. I never did any of that. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
kissed dudes, but it was for the express purpose of if I kiss you, we're gonna fuck now, right? Good, okay, let's do that. Um, it was never like I kissed you because I have emotions for you. There was always a payoff at the end.
Yeah. I feel like I experienced the same. I think my growing up in my childhood was just like eh, disassociated. Like I feel like I spent most of my youth and my teenage years just disassociated from trauma, just abandonment and all these other things
Yeah.
that I just didn't experience. Like you'd go to like school or high school and people would be like, oh, I'm dating this person, or I'm with this person, or I kissed this, and I just was like interested in like dinosaurs and shit. Like I just had like I had a very
Okay,
like,
okay, all right, okay, okay. Important question. What's your favorite dinosaur and why?
well, I mean, like back then it was okay. I don't. Now I just feel like I don't really know too much about dinosaurs.
Come on, go back to your 5-year-old self. And your favorite dinosaur was what?
I feel like maybe it would have been like anything that flew,
Okay, so pterodactyl. You're a pterodactyl girly.
probably.
All
But
right, yeah.
now I'm like a quad. What's that? What's the biggest one called? Like Quetzal.
Uh,
Quetzal.
it's like it's bigger than the T-Rex, right? Yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah, like that's
Uh,
massive. That's cool. Like to be that big and like hover over the sky and be like,
I
oh
think
my,
my favorite. Do you remember the movie A Land Before Time? Do you remember that movie?
I do.
I was when I was 5 years old. That movie changed my life. Okay, and so every time I see a fucking brontosaurus dinosaur, I get emotional because I'm like, oh, little fun. So
I
like
do remember Littlefoot. That was actually, why the fuck did they show that to kids? That was a very traumatic
that was
film
a very
because
traumatic movie.
things die. Like don't the parents die in that?
The
Spoiler.
mom dies like
The
within the
mom
first
fucking
2 minutes.
dies.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know
But
this
that
other show or movie by Disney's called The Good Dinosaur? I feel like you would enjoy
I've
it.
heard about it, but I haven't watched it yet. I've heard about it though.
All right, we should watch it then.
All right, well, let's do a Zoom sometime. We'll do it like this.
Um, Okay, so what should I do about this guy? Should
Uh,
wait, okay, wait. He hasn't really texted me yet or reminded me that we're gonna hang out. So should I be the one to do that? It gives me
well,
anxiety.
I mean, gays give each other anxiety. Just do it. Is he cute?
Yeah, I think he's cute. I'll send
Do
you
you
a
want to?
picture.
Do you want to like get to know him outside of sucking his dick?
But see, that's how I just feel like now
That's
it's
your
like
love language.
no suck your dick, sure. No, but I just feel like it's like tainted now, right? It's like this idea of like, okay,
Tainted.
we yeah, tainted, like it's super sexual like I won't be able to get past this idea of like you're really trying to get to know me for what? Because you obviously just want some dick, which I'm perfectly fine giving to you, but like I want
Why do
more.
you?
Like
Why
I
don't you just? Why don't you just say that? Say exactly that. I would say like, hey, it's cool. Like dinner was fun, but just want to lay out the boundary here. I would actually like to like get to know you. So I'd rather not whip out my dick tonight. I will. Let's go for dinner again, and
yeah.
like let's keep it going and do court each other. Like
So basically just like use my words.
yeah, that's easy. Just lay out the boundary because I think it's fair to say like I don't want to. And the get to know you for what part is you. That's the you. That's your
Yeah.
trauma that you have to like work through. But you can tell him the truth and be like, I feel like this. I don't want to do this. Like there's something hot about like the only way that I have sex right now is when I pay for it. I would love it if a guy was like, "Oh, let's go for dinner and let me get to know you and let's hang out." And then 3 or 4 times down the line, the guy was like, "Oh, I really like you. Now can we fuck?" That would be. I would turn into the fucking gay version of Taylor Swift because like
It sounds really romantic.
I'm a big romance whore. I like that shit really a lot, but it's never happened for me. So like I've learned quickly that like the only way that I get to access intimacy is I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter, whatever, dude. Nope, it's fine, it's fine. And that's like not my. That's really not my jam.
I feel like I have a really distorted, like a distorted view on like romance.
Oh yeah,
Because
no,
like
dude.
growing up, like my parents were not very romantic with one another. Like, and so it's hard for me to be like, what's romance? Like, romance is like telling you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and I also think like when I've shown interest in a gay guy, they'll say like, "Oh man, we're just fooling around. Hey, there's nothing real here. We're just fucking around, bro. Like friends with benefits." And it's always like you realize that friends with benefits is a relationship type. You get that, right? You fucking idiot. Like I feel like gay men aren't very good at showing affection. And with all these like bait bros right now who are like, yeah, man, I'm just gonna show my dick on X and whatever. And like it's like so it's taken away from like what if you want to genuinely be with somebody?
I feel personally attacked. No, I'm kidding.
You feel personally attacked because you know I'm right. The end.
Okay, fine. I'll give you that one. Okay, that's really good advice. Thanks. I might use that. I might use that. I don't know. I'm not making any promises.
I was thinking when you were talking, I don't know if I have a story that needs advice. Oh, I could tell you something I did last week. So I was talking to
Okay.
this guy on Scruff who we were talking a little bit. I guess we fucked around when I went to school 20 years ago. I don't remember this, but I guess we did. Okay, sure, fine. He was like, you're really hot and I want to fuck you and I want to come to Toronto and be with you. And I was like, whoa, that's like really cool, but that's like really that's like quick.
Yeah.
And so he kept being like, your dick is the only one I think about. And I was like, whoa, dude, you're being like really intense. Can you like not do that for a
Whoa,
minute?
like he was just like, I want to go and be with you for like ever.
No, like I want to go and be with you and fuck you, and it's all I think about, and I can't wait. No, just really intense, really quickly. And I was like,
Yeah.
my spidey senses went up, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. So I just was like, for at first I was like, cool, okay, yeah, we'll see what happens. But then everything inside me was like, this feels weird. So I blocked him. I didn't even say goodbye. I just blocked him because I was like, you're continuing to go after I've asked you not to like keep doing this. I blocked him because I was like, I don't want to deal with this, whatever. And then I had given him my phone number because we were texting, and so he managed to get to leave a message even though I blocked his number. And the message he
Mm.
left when I immediately when I rejected him was like, "Fuck you, you're a fucking cripple, you're a coward, you don't know what you're doing, you made a big mistake." And I was like, wow, like wow, I don't think I want to be around you, even if like, okay, sure.
Dude, you dodged a bullet.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That,
But like that's also why dating for me is scary because like I don't want to get somebody who is so intense that they trap me in something that's not safe. Like when stuff
I
like that happens, I would much rather just be alone.
Yeah, no, it's true. No, I'm glad. I'm glad that you like picked up on that and like your boundaries was like this bitch is
This
crazy.
shit doesn't feel good. Like I'm really glad for you that you like my dick, and I'm glad for 2 years ago I probably gave you good head. Like that's great, but I don't remember that. And so like now,
I'm obviously amazing. You're not the first person to tell me this, so I'm gonna block you
obviously amazing.
too. That's how you gotta play it. I mean, people are just like becoming up to you and they're just like, oh, do you remember when I did this scene? I'm like, bitch, I have no idea who the fuck you are. People
Girl,
start
yeah.
drama with me all the time on Grindr. They're just like, oh yeah, da da da, you said this to me one time, and I was just like, I've never been to that bar, or like
And
I've never.
also, like, even if you did, can we say like, okay, sorry, I'll try again?
What do you
Like
mean?
back to what I was saying earlier. Like, even if you did say that shit to them, first of all, why do you have to read me on Grinder? Can we like calm down and be humans for a minute? Like, who?
Got it. Yes, yes. Well, I think also too, like our community is just like swimming in
Our
like
community is
pride
arrested
and
because
ego.
grow up, put your
No,
dicks
it's
away.
true. I think
Put
I
your,
think yeah. I think we're all like trying to fucking pull out our dicks and see who has the bigger one. And you're just like,
like, put your little boy dick away and grow
unless
the
you're a
fuck.
bot, unless you're a bottom, then you're showing off your butt.
I mean, I like big dick bottoms. I'm here for that too. Like,
Oh my god,
come
I love a big bottom.
a
It's probably my
BD,
favorite.
BD.
BDB. Um, but I congratulate you on having really strong boundaries. I think
I was
you,
scared, man. It wasn't even boundaries. It was like this feels unsafe. I'm not doing this anymore.
yeah, it is. Well, yes, it is frightening. So if it's not boundaries, then what is it? Just like fucking
It's just like I don't
spidey
have.
senses.
Listen, yeah, Spidey sense. I'm too old for this. I don't really want a relationship because I don't want to be. I just don't want to be trapped in that shit. And also, I live on disability benefits, like the Canadian version of SSI,
Mhm.
and if I get married, I would lose my benefits. If I had gotten a relationship with somebody, I'd lose my benefits. So it's easier to be alone so that I don't have to worry about all that being lost, but also it's lonely
Yeah.
too. So I'm in a weird space of like, do I want to let somebody in or do I just stay alone?
Oh, fuck, dude. Like I feel like I'm there too. Oh, I don't know. Like I just feel like I don't know. Like the idea of it is nice. Like I like especially now in the winter. Like I just want like a winter cuddle
Yeah.
buddy where I can like, come over, we'll watch a movie, let's go hang out, let's just like do relationship shit.
Well,
But
yeah,
like once
but
the
not
new year
have
comes around, I'm like, bye, I gotta go.
do
Maybe it's
relationship,
just
but don't call me your boyfriend.
yeah.
I'll
Like
be
call
your
me your
I'll be your joy friend, but I don't want to be your boyfriend.
like I like being called someone's lover. That's really sweet. Like I enjoy being a lover to
You
people. Like I
sound
think
like
that's really nice.
fucking Blanche from the Golden Girls lover. Wow, I took a lover.
I feel like this whole podcast is just you reading me.
A little bit, but it's fun. I mean, it's all right.
It's okay, I can take it.
I'm sure you can, and
I'm a big boy.
there's a lot of it to take. Don't worry. Um, it's your show. What's going? What are we doing next?
That's it. We're done. That was
All right,
fun.
man. I guess I'll plug myself because you didn't tell me to, so I'll just do it automatically.
No, this is
Um,
the part where I was gonna say,
oh,
Andrew Gurza, where can people find more about you?
oh yeah, okay. Andrew, you can find out about Andrew Gurza at www.andrewgurza.com. You can follow me on my socials at Andrew Gurza6 on Instagram and Twitter, and Blue Sky now, and the other threads. Um,
Oh God, blue sky threads. Yeah,
yeah.
I'll have all those things in the link and stuff so people can just start clicking and
Okay, yeah,
follow you
yeah.
along. I really appreciate you coming on the podcast today and just chatting with me. I really enjoy getting to know you and the whole world should know more about you.
Well, thank you. It was really fun.
I had a great time too.
Me too.
Okay.
Bye.